Greetings, fellow songwriters and seekers, and welcome back to Muse and Measure. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Please, oh please, oh please, oh please. Trying to get to our goal of 100 subscribers before the end of August. And if you're after that, seeing this, maybe we have some other future highfalutin goal that we are trying to reach, and you will greatly help us out in that process, and hopefully help yourself out with your songwriting and spiritual practice by having these little insights that I've taken the time to record for you. Hopefully they're of some use to you. Anyways, so let's talk about the first and most abstract type of song seed. Seed is just a fancy way of saying ideas. And the first one that I want to talk about is the most abstract because it's not connected to a lyric, it's not connected to a melody, it's not a chord progression, it's not a riff, which are future seed ideas that we'll talk about. This is what I call the concept seed. And a concept seed is just this abstract notion that I should write a song about ... Okay. Now, you know it's a concept seed if it doesn't have a strong lyrical pull to it, like, oh, that's a good lyric, I'm going to use that in the song. Or it doesn't have a melody, like, oh, it doesn't go dee 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 dee. It doesn't have a great chord progression. It's not a riff. It's nothing that is tangible as far as something you would hear or read. Okay? It's just an idea for something. So for example, I had this concept, like I should write a song about a guy who quit drinking because he has a child, and his buddy calls him up and gives him a whole bunch of shit about, disowning his friends and abandoning his friends, and where's he at anymore? Basically, why isn't he drinking anymore? Because all of his friends are drinking buddies. So that was the concept. And of course, none of that is a good lyric. I mean, it's a vivid idea that someone gets a phone call, and I made the phone call be in the middle of the night. Some guy calls up his buddy and is giving him the third degree because he's basically ghosting his friends. And he doesn't know yet that the reason his friend has stopped drinking is because he's a father now, and he wants to be a better human being. And he can't be a good father and be a drunk. So that took some wrangling and working around before I could actually turn it into a lyric. And then, once I had a lyrical idea, then I could add a melody to it. But in its abstract conceptual state, it was just, I should write a song about this idea. And these come, like, you might be inspired by hearing some other music or reading someone else's lyrics or reading a novel. You're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have a song about this? This thing that I'm writing about, no one's ever written a song about this. No one's ever written about how John Milton had full vision when he was sleeping and dreaming, but when he woke up, he became blind again. So that was also a concept, like, oh, that's a really interesting idea as a concept. I should turn it into a song. And I didn't have any lyric, I didn't have any melody yet. So the first example about the guy who's a drunk, who quits drinking to become a father, that became somebody's daddy now. So once I had that line, that hook, somebody's daddy now, I was able to fill in the rest and develop it out of that. But that wasn't there in the initial idea. And then the second song about John Milton became Wake Up Blind. I wake up blind again. So that took some, free writing. I had to sit down with a journal and just write down whatever ideas popped in my head until I got some ideas for lyrics. But all that came from this concept idea. So some of your song seeds will just be these concepts. I want to write a song about how dogs are so loyal. I want to write a song about what happens when you fall out of love with somebody. Okay, so these are not good lyrics in themselves. Falling out of love with somebody is not a good lyric, or dogs being loyal is not a good lyric. But these are the ideas that then you're going to write off of, that you're going to riff off of. And then you would obviously, when you have your songwriting session, like, oh, I want to write about this concept that I have, you would have to do some improvisation. You'd have to do some free writing. just to come up with some lyrical ideas that then bring this concept to life. So if you have these ideas, that doesn't mean they're duds because they don't have anything attached to them. It just means that they need to be fulfilled more and allowed to flourish. So they are still good ideas, but they're just the most kind of abstract and out there, and they're not grounded to anything. So they have the greatest potential because they're not attached to any one specific lyric. So they give you even more freedom. But often they're the hardest to then develop into a full-fledged song because they didn't come with the little gift of, well, here's your hook. You can just take this and run with it. All you have is this general idea, like, I want to write a song about ... So they're gifts, but they are inchoate. They're incomplete. They're, yeah, just like my thought is right now. Inchoate. I'll just rest in that incompleteness. Anyways, best of luck with all your song ideas. Try to capture some of these concepts. So what are some ideas that you have for songs? What would be a good concept for you to write about? Now, you don't have to come up with a lyric or any melody. Just make a list of things that are topics that, you think from your life that you think might make good songs. Okay? Well, best of luck with this process, and please reach out to me if you have any questions, comments, criticisms in the comments down below, or send me a private email at tyler@musemeasure.org. Until next time, best of luck.